My bad. But if you in this live, anybody that's coming to this live and you're not following the live, follow my channel. I mean, please subscribe to the channel. Welcome to 9A Films. Welcome to the Rich YouTube family. I am the owner of this channel, Rich Law, the rich, better, riches of them all. Rich! And we back with another live, man. Hey, y'all see the title of this. I'm really talking about this Manhattan shooter. But before I get into this, I just want to say, I want to give a special shout out to YouTube. Because every time I try to criticize YouTube, they find a new way to make me happy. And I want to say this. YouTube has just updated one of their policies. And I'm going to read the headline to you. This is for all my creators out there, especially my rappers. YouTube has updated its monetization policy to allow swearing within the first 7 seconds of the video. Do you not understand how good that is for us creators out here? Because some of us cuss, not everybody cuss, but if you are a rapper and you're not like a Christian rapper or a clean rapper and you do cuss from time to time, they will hold that against you. I have a song that I've been trying to push for the longest on YouTube, but YouTube will not allow me to run ads on it simply because I cussed in the first 7 seconds of the song. And I just felt like that didn't make any sense. I'm like, bro, I'm a rapper. How can you hold that against me? The fact that I cussed, and then you don't even notice until you upload the video onto YouTube, and then when they run the guidelines and they do all the requirement checks, then they tell you, oh, well, you have limited ad space and limited revenue coming in because since you cussed in the first 7 seconds, you gonna have to take the video down, re-upload it. It was so much nonsense that was going on, but I'm glad that they changed that, and now we are back at it. Now I can finish doing all my cussing like I want to do in my videos. And for all my content creators out there, you know what I'm saying? All my musicians, comedians, everybody, y'all can resume cussing. YouTube has taken that away. Thank you so much, YouTube. Because TikTok, they let you cuss on there. You can cuss in the first 5, 10, 2 seconds and still get paid. But YouTube was tripping. But anyway, let's get back to it. So y'all see the title, Manhattan shooter ran amok, shot 4 people, killed 4 people, shot 5, I believe. And then he turned a gun on himself and took his life. Now, what I want to say about this situation, first off, rest in peace to all the innocent people. You know what I'm saying? People didn't deserve to lose their life. They were just going to work on a regular basis. You know, they ain't think that was going to be the last day that they saw their family members. Some deranged, crazy motherfucker came up there and decided to kill them all. I don't even want to say unalive. Kill them all. But here's the crazy part, right? You know, there was a time in the United States of America where when you heard the 2 words, mass shooter, mass shooting, your mind automatically told you that it was a white person. It just told you, I ain't even gonna say white, it's either white or somebody else, like white or like Arabian, like Middle Eastern or something. You don't expect like a Mexican to be doing a mass shooting or a black person to do a mass shooting unless they like in the hood and they shooting at particular people for a reason, and then those people get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like they had white crimes and black crimes. If you heard a shooting happen at the mall and some random people got shot, you would say, okay, that's probably a white crime. But then if you see 2 parties shooting at each other at the mall, 9 times out of 10, you would think, okay, this must be a black shooter. You know what I'm saying? Black crime. But it's like, damn, nowadays you can't even say that. Because you got black people out here who are doing mass shootings, just like this dude who did the mass shooting yesterday out there in New York City. That was crazy. Because when I first saw the headline, I just logged in on X, and it was like it was a mass shooting going on out of New York. That's what my mind thought. It must be one of these crazy white folks or one of these Middle Easterns who's upset about, you know, what's going on in the world, what our government is doing, how they're you know, helping push a genocide in certain countries. That's what I thought. But come to find out, it ain't have shit to do with any of that. They said he was out there screaming free Palestine. Let me get the dude's name. Let me get the dude's name real fast. So the name of the shooter is, what's his name? His name is, hold on, Shane Tamura. And if you look at the picture that I have is a thumbnail for this live. The funny part about it, bro, really look like an Asian Martin Luther King. Like, I ain't want to say that. And if MLK family see this, please don't hold that against me. But the shooter from yesterday in New York City looks like an Asian MLK. No cap. No cap. But apparently they're saying that he had some issues with the NFL, so he drove all the way from Las Vegas to New York City, and then he went to the was it the NFL headquarters in New York City? Let me just get all the information. It was at a tower, but I don't know if it was the NFL headquarters or just an NFL office at the tower. He went there because I guess he was disgruntled about something. They never really got into the specifics about what he was really there for. He left a suicide note. Let me see what the suicide note says. That's really important. Let me see, what does the suicide note say. Hold on, let me see. Suicide note. Dude named Shane Tamura. He left a suicide note saying, let me see, New York shooter Shane Tamura thanked the CTE documentary and listed the names of prominent neuroscientists in apparent suicide note. So I guess he didn't really say anything. Okay, it says it right here. Tamura carried out the attack driving to New York City from Las Vegas. The boy drove a long way from Las Vegas, officials said. No motive has been announced. A source told CNN a suicide note was found in Tamura's pocket expressing grievances with the NFL and saying he suffered from CTE, a disease linked to head trauma. Tamura was a competitive football player in his youth. So I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm assuming he's upset with the NFL because what? He saw a CTE documentary. I guess he thought he had CTE, and it made him want to go kill him because what? Like, does he want them to end professional football? I don't know. And you know what's crazy though? Because I used to think about this all the time. Now that I've played football, I played football in elementary school, middle school, high school, and I always wonder, like, do I have any signs of CTE or any, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I went and got my brain checked. But I know they can't find out if you have CTE until you die. That's the cold part about it. But I was watching CNN today when I was at the gym, and I saw they put something pretty interesting up there. They said like that youth football players can indeed catch CTE. So I want to say they had 152 brains that were donated from people who play football between the ages of 17 and 29, and out of those 152 brains, 40% of the brains show signs of CTE. So that means almost half of the people whose brain was donated showed signs of CTE. So that means if you're a kid in middle school, you could develop early stages of CTE playing tackle football. Same in high school, because you only find out about the CTE until you die. That's the cold part about it. They don't have like a brain scan where they can give it to you right now. But like, well, sir, you're suffering from symptoms of CTE. And I wanted that since I played football. You know what I'm saying? Now I didn't go in college or play, but like I said, I played like most people, Pop Warner, middle school, high school football. So all the contact that I took to the head, the blows to the head, I wonder if I have any signs of CTE. I hope not. I really hope not. But I do wonder that, because if he didn't even play in the league, this is just a regular person. He played high school football out in Las Vegas, and now he developed CTE, and then he went on a rampage and they killed all these innocent people. That's really what was going on. So I just want to know, and then I want to know why, like, they could do all type of brain scans. I haven't looked into the details of, how you check for CTE. Only thing I know about it is you have to die. I guess they have to take your brain out your skull and then check it, because I'm like, is there no way possible to, do an MRI, scan somebody's brain to be able to determine if they have CTE? I feel like we should be there in 2025. You know what I'm saying? We have all these MRIs for everything else. Why can't you do an MRI on one of the most important parts of your body, your brain? I don't know. And then I just remember taking all type of blows playing football. You know what I'm saying? Like, you take, no matter how much you protect your head, because like when I tackle, I never duck my head, because we were always taught never to duck your head because you'll get paralyzed. But just all the blows that you took to the head, hitting people hitting you, having headaches. I remember playing football. I remember the sound the helmets made when you tackle somebody. So I'm wondering, like right now, if my brain were to be studied, would it show any signs of CTE? Because apparently Shane Tamura, who went and killed all these people in New York City, apparently he probably has CTE. I'm pretty sure they're going to check his brain. And then it's going to come back and show that he has CTE. That's going to be crazy. So I'm always wondering, like, how does that work? Damn, it just started raining out of nowhere. I know he mad as hell. Hold on, I gotta flip the window. The camera. I know he mad. Can y'all see that rain? Yeah, y'all see it. It's just people walking. Look, he got to run. He like, damn, that rain came out of nowhere. Real talk. But like, yeah, man, I just wondered that. And then, for him to go out there and do that, it must have been bothering him. Maybe he's upset that the NFL is still pushing, football, and knowing that it causes all this damage. Like, it's gonna be crazy as we get older, and then we see, all the people who are really suffering from CTE. Like, I wonder if it's ever gonna get to a point to where football will end, or like if the NFL, not even the NFL, will tackle football finally come to an end. Like, I wonder if that's like the end result with this, because everybody know. Like, when I was growing up, I ain't know nothing about CTE playing football. I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty sure my parents knew, but like when we were outside playing, when you trying to go out there and make a tackle and impress the coach and get on the field, you're not thinking about head trauma. The only thing I thought about when I played football was being paralyzed. I never thought about head trauma. It was always like, let me make sure I got my head up when I'm tackling, because I don't want to get paralyzed. So now that you see people are suffering from CTE, from just constant hitting, just boom, boom, boom. Like, I wonder what will it eventually come to an end? Will somebody fight for it, or like, what do people just have to understand it? Like, I love football so much, I'm willing to go through all the trauma. I'm willing to go through all the blows. If I catch CTE, then shit, I have to catch CTE and die. If I don't catch CTE, then I'm good. Like, I wonder how people react to this, because I honestly don't think the NFL will ever end. I don't think college football will end. Now, I think they may start doing stuff where like kids can't play tackle football until high school or something like that. I can see them making rules like that. But if they've done the studies of the brain between 17 and 29, 152 brains were donated. 40% of the brains, almost half, showed signs of CTE. They haven't even studied kids under the age of probably 17, because that's when that study was done. The study was done from those ages. So, if you're playing football from the ages of 8 to 15, like, if you die, you probably not gonna die from a brain injury. Usually these people be dying from like enlarged hearts and stuff. But I wonder, when they die from an enlarged heart or anything, do they check the brain? Can you say, okay, my son played football from 8 to 16. That's 8 years of tackle football. He has signs of CTE. I always wonder, because like, I think I'm at that point in my life, as much as I love football, and I love football so much, I think if I had a son, I would let him play every sport except football. I'd be like, bro, just go play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because the football, by the time you add up all the years, you tackling in elementary school, tackling in middle school, high school, then if you happen to make it to the league, you know what I'm saying? Some people been playing tackle football since they were 8. Imagine you 30 years old, you've been playing tackle football for 24 years. That's 24 years of just traumatic hit after traumatic hit after traumatic hit. Now, I've never had a concussion ever. I've seen people catch concussions, but I have had my bell rung, where you just wake up, you're like, oh shit, I'm dizzy. I got caught with a crack back a couple times. I've had that, but I never, as far as I know, had a concussion. And I feel like I would have known, because like, you can't just get straight up from a concussion, but it's just wild how that is. So I always wonder, like, what's the end result? But, like I said, man, RP to those people who lost their lives out of New York City. They ain't do nothing to deserve that. That was just, a lone wolf out there going crazy, and he decided to kill all those people. What can you say? What can you say? It's unfortunate, but shit, what can you say? But enough of that. I want to move on to did y'all see what's going on out there in Cincinnati? That's something else I really want to talk about. Brother, white people are angry. They are so upset right now because what's been going on in Cincinnati. So if y'all haven't seen it, there was a jazz festival, a music festival. I'm not sure. I just know it was some type of music festival. And the clips have been circulating around the internet where a group of black people got to fight with a group of white folks. But like, people were only showing like the edited clip where it was showing where the black people were beating their ass. You know what I'm saying? You see people in the background. I seen one dude get beat down, and he came in and hit the person with the diving elbow. You know what I'm saying? Hit it with the Macho Man diving elbow. Boom! And the dude girl, she got hit with a mean ass. It looked like he cocked back and caught her ass with a clothesline from hell. Like, if you go watch that full video, when his girl got knocked out, It didn't even look like a punch to the face. It looked like he caught him with all bicep. I mean, caught her with all bicep. Just boom. She was laid out on the ground, unconscious, nose leaking. And so a lot of people had problems with. You see all the white folks on the internet. They mad. They like, I can't believe these savages, these thugs. They call them all. They call them everything except the N word. These savages. These thugs, they are not human beings. I'm like, come on, dog. It's more to the story than that, because black people don't just attack white people for no reason. I'm telling y'all that now. Regardless of how you feel about the situation, anytime a black person has got into it with a white person, more than likely the white person did something to instigate the fight. White people will go and attack black people for no reason. Yes, we've seen that all the time, from Dylan Roof going to shoot up the school, not the school, the church. Zimmerman following Trayvon Martin. Well, he was Peruvian, but I mean, we would still call him white. You know what I'm saying? But you never just see black people just going after a white person for absolutely nothing. Now, you might get caught up in a robbery, but if you see a group of black people fighting a group of white people, 9 times out of 10, the white people started, and that's exactly what happened out there in Cincinnati. The people don't want to admit it. The people don't want to admit it, but that's literally what happened. If you watch the full video, and don't go to X and watch the videos that have been reposted by the conservative or the white folks on there who've edited the video down. You got to go watch the full video. Well, it was 2 parties. It was a black party and a white party. They were arguing about something. They were about to fight. You know, everybody squaring up. Then they break it up. They like, nah, man, everybody chill. So that's what ended up happening. Everybody started chilling. Once the people started chilling, they come back again. They get back nose to nose. It was 2 people. And then the white dude, he slapped the black dude. That's what set it off. He slapped him in the face. And then it was up then, because this how cold it was. The white boy slapped the black dude, but the dude that he slapped didn't even punch him. It was somebody else. You get what I'm saying? So everybody knows. They're like, what's up? Boom, boom, boom. Then boom, he slapped him. Like, he didn't slap him to the ground. He just slapped him. And then the dude, his partner, I'm assuming, the dude that got slapped, his partner next to him came, boom. That's when they started. Everybody get the fight, boom, boom. They knocking his ass out. He on the ground. They put hand and feet on him. I guess his girl, she come in, she try to break stuff up. Some other women come in, they on her ass, pop, pop, pop. They get into her too. Then next thing you know, some other people, I don't know if it was some other white folks in the group or they just saw him getting attacked and they tried to help. They getting their ass knocked out. Like, if you look in the background, dude laid out on the ground, and you see one dude come just like this. While he on the ground, and everybody got their phone out while all this shit happening. So while he on the ground, bro just like, oh, boom, he hit him with like an elbow. He catch him with an elbow that was so crazy. I'm like, they acting a fool out there. So like, that's really what was going on. Some people acting crazy. Caught him with the elbow. And then after that, the woman tried to come break up the fight. And in the midst of breaking up the fight, somebody got mad. This out there in Cincinnati. In the midst of breaking up the fight, one of them dudes out there got mad and caught her with a clothesline from hell. I'm telling y'all, if you watch that video, it was not a punch. It was a clothesline from hell. Just straight, boom, caught her. She was on the ground, leaking, bloody. All the white people seeing that on X, they having a fit right now. They like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Look at these savages and these thugs. And then the police chief of Cincinnati comes out and she says, like, don't fall for none of these social media journalists who are telling half the story, because they really were, for whatever reason. Like, well, I mean, we understand the reason why they want to try to paint the black folks out to look bad, but I'm gonna keep saying this as a member of the Black Delegate. Black people do not attack white people for no apparent reason. It never happens like that. You either said something or you did something. Now, when the roles are reversed, white people have not all, but some of them have so much hatred for black people that they will really go and do things to them without a black person even doing anything. We've seen black dudes get killed by white folks for having the music too loud, walking in the neighborhood. What else? Going to church. I mean, we could go all day with this shit. You see what I'm saying? It does not happen like that. Black people don't just be bothering white folks like that. White folks always in black folks' business. Not all, but Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like now that's why she said that not a lot of people trying to get mad at her, call her a DEI hire because she said she told the truth because she told the people like, hey, it's not what y'all think. It's not like these black people out here. And because you gotta think about it. If the black people out there in Cincinnati who were fighting that group, if they had just done that randomly, that would have been considered a hate crime. Like if they were just fighting those people because they're white. But that's not what happened. And the only people that's believing that story are the people who did not watch the full video. If you watch the full video, the white dude slapped the black dude in the face first. And then that's when that shit started. So if anybody want to blame somebody, blame the white people. Now, they could have been drunk, had a lot of liquor in their system, but if you go look at the full video, which I recommend everybody to do. If y'all know the video I'm talking about the video of the fight that happened in Cincinnati. If y'all have not seen it, go and watch the full video. Do not watch the video. Don't watch the part where they already beating up the white dude and you ain't seen nothing that happened before. You got to go watch about what happened beforehand when the white boy slapped him in the face and them niggas jumped his ass. That's literally all that happened. Pow! Slapped him. Everybody said, "No, we ain't going for that." Putting hands and feet, body slamming, putting the people's elbow on them. I'm trying to tell y'all, it got vicious out there. It got vicious. So it really been a lot going on. You had the Shane Tamora shooting out there in New York City. Then you had the Cincinnati fight. Where can I find it? You gotta go to it should be on YouTube. It should be on YouTube, Candace. You probably just type that shit in, type in Cincinnati fight. But you want to see the full one. If you click on the video and it just shows where they already fighting, you didn't see the full thing. Because they try, all the racist white people is trying to make it seem like some black people started that fight, and that's not how it happened. That dude got slapped and his homeboy punched bro ass out, and then it was up then. At that point, everybody could get it. And if you were in there trying to break it up and you were white, you was getting your ass whooped. Your best bet was just to stay out of that situation. So now the police chief came out there. She told the truth, like it's not what everybody think. It wasn't a hate crime. It wasn't black people just starting stuff for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That's how they try to paint it on X. That's why you can't trust the news that come from X. All these fake ass journalists. They gonna give you something that you want to hear. They not gonna tell you the truth. Like none of those journalists. I saw, what was that dude named? Matt Walsh. I don't know who he is, but like anytime some shit going on, some white folks, he always there to put his spin on it. But you go through them comment sections and everybody talk up saying all this bad stuff about black folks. I'm like, man, y'all didn't even watch the full video, bro. If I'm just gonna say this now, if I'm in that scenario, my homeboy arguing with a white boy slap him, yes, we're beating his ass. I'm saying that now, like I'm going up. He getting punched the fuck down. They gonna have to get ready to take me to jail. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, black folks don't play that. You ain't finna just slap no black person and just walk off. Like that shit ain't happening. I don't care how drunk you are. You are not about to just slap some slap a black dude as a white person. Even I couldn't do that shit. You see what I'm saying? If a black person slap another black person, it for show up. But you mean to tell me a white dude? I don't know if he was like Russian, European. I don't know what he was. All I know is he was white. He slapped him and got punched out. His girl caught a clothesline from hell. She was bleeding, unconscious. And then that's when you see what's my boy Tesla, Elon Musk, when he got out there and was like, this should be, look at all this violence that's going on, and this should be a crime right here. We need to find them. And people were calling, folks was calling Elon Musk out because they were like, okay, now when a white girl get her ass beat and these white folks getting beat up, y'all reposting this talking about we need to make some changes. But then when it's a clip of some white people beating on a black person, you don't hear a peep. You don't hear a peep. And that was the funny part about it. I'm like, yeah, man, these people funny. So yeah, it's been a lot going on. You had the Cincinnati brawl. You had Shane Tamora out of New York City killing 4 people. And it was so crazy because that dude drove from the West Coast to the East Coast. He came all the way from Vegas. He went from Vegas to New York City. I'm like, oh my God, this nigga's crazy. He's crazy. And it was crazy because I was watching CNN and a lot of white people mad because they were saying on CNN that the perpetrator, the suspect at the time, when they didn't have any photos of him, but they were saying like he was probably white, and like all the white folks got mad because when the picture came out, they was like, "This not no white man. This dude black. What you mean white?" CNN said it was a white person, but I'm telling you, and CNN didn't say it was a white person. They said it was probably a white person. But I'm just saying, anytime, I don't care. Listen, we could play the race game all day. But anytime you hear somebody say something about a mass shooting, your mind automatically tells you that a white person did it. You don't think a white woman did it. You think a white male did it. Every time. That's just the world we live in. The same way if you see, if you hear like somebody got shot in the hood or something, or at a gas station, you gonna think, okay, that's probably some black folks. That's the world we live in. If they say a mass shooting happened at the mall, you gonna say, okay, white person went in the mall and sprayed the whole mall up. If they say one person was killed at the mall after two parties got into a fist fight that later turned into a shootout, you would say maybe that's black people, just based on what we know about reality. So it's like, you can't be mad that they said it was probably a white person. They probably should have waited till some more of the evidence came out, but shit, it is what it is. We know the reality of the situation. We already know the reality of the situation. So like I said, man, it's been a lot going on out here in these United States of America. White folks getting beat up in Cincinnati. We got black mass shooters out here now. Isn't that crazy? You have black mass shooters out here. And the fucked up part about it is, like, people were saying that he was screaming free Palestine at first. I don't know if that was true or not, or if that was just people putting their social media spin on it, because you really never know. But it's like, you just didn't. I never imagined that black people would be what they would consider like mass shooters. Like, I never envisioned that a day in my life. And then if it did happen, I would always think it would be because of, like, you know, maybe somebody went crazy about slavery, or like they were mad about the conditions that black people face in the United States of America, the inequality and all that stuff. The you know, because all the bad stats are they're larger in the black community. So poverty's big in black community. Unjust arrest, that's big in the black community. Being wrongly in prison, big in the black community. So you never know. People one day just wake up and be like, man, I'm tired of the United States. They treating us bad. Fuck this shit. It's up. Like, you'll never see that. Like, you never see nothing like that. Now, the Middle Easterners, they'll come out here and set the United States on fire about their country. But like, you haven't seen that from like black Americans yet, who just feel like they've gone through so much struggle in the United States that they got to go on a mass shooting. You ain't seen that yet. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but like, that would be a scary day for the United States of America, the day that some shit like that happens. So I just say, be careful out there. Be careful. People are crazy. Be careful. You have black mass shooters out here now, black American mass shooters. He's from Las Vegas. He's not a Caribbean or an African. He's a black American. Be careful. One day, one of these folks gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, "Oh, what's going on? What's happening to the black community?" They're gonna set it off. It's gonna happen now. That's why sometimes, like, I don't know if y'all notice or not, but a lot of times the news, they don't like to report a lot on certain type of crimes, because it can create a copycat crime where somebody see it and like, oh damn, you can actually do this, and then they'll try to do it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not pushing for that at all. I'm just saying, beware, because it look like times is changing. Beware. Shit is getting crazy out here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but that's all I really want to talk about, man. Just that was going on, the shit going on in Cincinnati. I'm trying to think what has been going on. Let me check. It has to be some other things that's been going on in the world outside of that. I talked about Dr. Umar yesterday. I'm still mad about Dr. Umar. I'm still mad at him about that. Let me see what else going on. Yeah, that was trending all day. That might be it. I think that's all that was going on. Besides, you know, Trump, they still trying to figure out what's up with this Epstein situation with Trump. You still got the Epstein situation with Trump. Talked about Dr. Umar. We talked about the fight that happened out in Cincinnati. We talked about the mass shooting that happened in New York. So it looked like I probably cover all topics. I told you I got to go live with y'all every day. You know what I'm saying? So we can build this rich YouTube family up. The more I talk about it, the more people that come in. Oh yeah, and I keep telling y'all, I got this. I just did the podcast on when was that, Saturday, They should have the podcast ready next week. So when they have that podcast ready, I will post it on my YouTube. I will post it on my Instagram where y'all can check in, see what's going on. And I did a mic performance, so I'll post that too. So everybody just stay tuned. If you're not subscribed to the page, please, please, please subscribe to the page. Oh yeah, then last but not least, I'm thinking about turning my room. So right now I'm in my studio. Right, this is where I record all my music. As you can see, I got the studio equipment right there, the mic over there. I'm sorry, okay, yeah, the mic right there. So this is gonna be where I record all my music. Now, what I'm thinking about doing, cause I'm gonna start making some content for y'all on. I'm gonna start making some content for y'all on this YouTube. So like, what I want to end up doing is I got another room right here. It's empty in here right now, but I'm thinking about turning this room right here into like the visual studio. So like when I'm going live and stuff, I get it all hooked up. I'm thinking about putting like a desk in here somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Put like a big ass desk right there. I can sit here, get some light shined on me, you know, and then just start giving y'all videos. I don't know what type of videos I want to do yet. I don't really want to turn it to like one of them streamers. They just be walking around with the camera streaming all day, but like I really want to turn that room into the visual recording room, and then just record all my stuff in there. So I got this room again. I don't want to show y'all too much of my house. This room again is a studio where I go record the music. Then we'll come over here. Then we'll just turn this room. It's still empty in here, damn near brand new. Only thing I got down here is my heating press. And then just turn this room into the full-on visual recording. I'm thinking about putting a big desk, get the lights set up, put some art on the wall. Or not, even if I don't put no art on the wall, I might just put like some lights and stuff to give it a good looking background for y'all. Like y'all see Nightcap, Uncle Shay, his sports nightcap show, recap show. I'm thinking about doing that. You know what I'm saying? So put a bunch of lights and stuff in here to make it look good. Some neon lights, have it glowing. Probably have the name of my channel or have my name up there, Rich Law 9A Films. However I decide to do it. And then, you know, just get it real and make it look real nice in here. So I'm figuring that out right now. But anyway, I'm gonna go back live tomorrow. I might go back live later tonight or go live tomorrow, just depending on how I'm feeling. Y'all know Thursday my day to go play poker, so I usually don't go live or nothing. As I go live early in the day. But anyway, man, if you're in here and you're not subscribed to the page, please subscribe to the page. Subscribe. Go watch all my previous lives. Go watch my music videos. Until